case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
In a recent case, the harrowingly competitive world of New York taxis was rocked by a legal battle that ended up in the state Supreme Court. The controversy revolved around a contentious case of Village Taxi Corp. v. Beltre in 2011, where the center of contention was the sale of taxi licenses, an issue governed by the regulations of the Port Chester Village Code. The snowball of legal proceedings was set in motion when the plaintiffs took action against the sellers and drivers, accusing them of controlling the licenses and automobiles for their own gain. These accusations formed the basis of the lawsuit, with the plaintiffs claiming damages for false representations, breach of contract, and unjust enrichment. The sellers were specifically under fire, while the only contention against the drivers was deemed irrelevant. At its core, the case revolved around an agreement for the transfer of licenses, a move that soon turned out to be convoluted and problematic. The transfer was not conducted in compliance with the Port Chester Village Code, whose involvement was completely bypassed by the deal. An addendum was then executed to ratify the transfer, although only Beltre, one of the defendants, signed it. The lower court tackled the case and dismissed the claims brought forward by the plaintiffs. Putting under scrutiny the agreement for the transfer of licenses, the court pronounced the agreement unenforceable, contingent on its breach of public policy and regulations. The decision, steeped in staunch protection of public interest and regulatory restrictions, positioned the court as the final contestant in a battle of control over the transfer of licenses. In an unfaltering defiance, the plaintiffs took the fight to the next level by mounting an appeal. Their arguments had, however, to tackle a wall of justice that remained unswayed. Their contentions against the sellers were retreaded, but once again, the court dismissed them as baseless. The earlier judgment was ratified, and thus, in a detailed exercise of law and regulation, the Supreme Court upheld the decision of the lower court. This ruling, upholding the unenforceability of the agreement and the original judgment, serves as a sharp reminder of the necessity of regulators' involvement in the transfer of licenses, a fundamental aspect of New York's bustling taxi industry.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class.